not as much has happened, but that doesn't mean that I don't have anything to talk about. So I'm actually pretty proud of myself right now. I feel like I've conquered a lot of things, made a lot of accomplishments. And I'm actually happy to say that I'm pretty grateful for the hard times I've had these past couple of weeks. So let's get into the vlog for today, because today's a great day. Where do I even start? Well, today's a great day because I went to the farmer's market today. It's my first time ever going to a farmer's market, believe it or not. It's my thing, but it's my first thing. It's my first time going. So I've had a lot of fun. It was interesting. For some reason, I feel like this year, since I've been around just like people, like I'm rarely alone. Like, yeah, I'm alone at the end of the day, and I have alone time, but like I live with people, so it's not like I'm alone, if that makes sense. So it kind of felt, sometimes I get anxious, like being out in public by myself when I still enjoy it. Just before, I've never really had that like anxious feeling, because like I'm not used to, I was never used to being around people or living with, people, like roommates. I have like 2 roommates, and I think my body's and mindset's just been like accustomed to like just being around. I think you get what I'm saying, but I'm trying to explain it for myself. My body and mindset, like, it's been accustomed to being around people, and so I think that's where the anxiousness is like coming from. But it's not that bad, because I like feeling, I know that I know how to be alone. I think that brings me comfort. So like the anxiousness is not that bad. Okay. So yeah, went to the farmer's market this morning, just recently, like just got back 10 minutes ago, and I got this pretty bouquet for like $25, because though this was custom, I like customized mine because I know my flowers now. I just told them what I wanted, and honestly thought it was gonna be more than that. But no, it's just 25. Because literally there's peonies in here. Peonies are expensive. They are expensive. Like, I think if you get like a big bouquet of peonies, it's like around $75 to $100, if I'm not wrong. Got daisies, because I don't know if ever since I've came to college, I started going by Daisy, because it's comforting. And Daisy isn't a random name I made up or just came up with, and that's the same thing. I used to be called Daisy by my beloved grandma. And it's just special to me. Like, is in good spirits now. And not saying that it's never had this much meaning, but now she is obviously not around to call me Daisy. It just, the fact that I go by that now, it's like she's with me all the time, if that makes sense, so yeah, pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet, except for she called me Miss Daisy, but the Miss isn't really necessary, so I just go by Daisy. These are really pretty. Like, I admire these right now. Oh, it's probably not edible. Let me stop. Okay, sunflowers are edible. So, yeah, I did that today. Pretty cool. Probably go again. Probably go next Saturday, to be honest. If I'm not working. Yeah. Because I wasn't really, you don't really have to buy anything. I think I just like going just because, like I said, it's my thing, I'm going to start like attending like social events and just being around more people. Just trying to balance some things out. But enough with that. So, also got some coffee from Arcegas. I got an orchid. It's mixed with vanilla and lavender and oats milk substitution. Because, I've had like so much food yesterday. It's not a bad thing. But I felt like I could eat as much as I could because I couldn't feel like, oh, I felt it. But, at the time, I didn't feel it. The feeling of fullness, like where you can't eat anymore. Like, I definitely felt it, but like during the time, I didn't. So like I kept eating, and honestly, because I'm not used to eating like out. I got Chick-fil-A earlier in the day, 8-piece fries. Took me like ate half of it and then ate the half like maybe 2 hours later while it was cold. And then my friends bought me, so that was free food too. My friends bought me Chick-fil-A, and then they bought me Cane's, a kid's meal, because I really can't eat that much, especially if it's fast food, because my stomach's not used to that. Because surprisingly, I haven't really been eating out a lot. I'll mainly just like fix me a snack at home and call it the day. But I got a kid's meal from Cane's, and then actually I still got some fries left, but I had some like a little bit of fries, some more, and I was still full from Chick-fil-A. And I was like just eating because it was just so good. Like, food was just hitting at the time. And yeah, and then I made some more frig, man, like, oh my gosh, I was on one yesterday. I made some more horchata, and it was so fire. I had that on top of Chick-fil-A, half-eaten Cane's, with some, I was in heaven. I was in heaven. And then I woke up, I was like, should I get coffee? At first I was like, nah, but then I just got coffee because like, the aesthetic of walking around with a bouquet of flowers and at a farmer's market and then coffee. Oh, And then the coffee on top of everything, it was just like, it was a good feeling. So we all know how that is. And then I went to the bouquet market, got me a sticker for $5 because did you get it? I think you did. I'm gonna put it on my laptop. I'm not gonna lie, my laptop's kind of hideous. But we're gonna fix it up with the last stickers because that's just what we're gonna do. Let me apply this onto the laptop real quick. But honestly, truly, today's topic was gonna be me updating you on my life and let me think so I know how to word the question. What is my meaning of life? It's gonna get pretty deep. But not too deep. Not too deep, and I'll explain why not too deep. It'll come together. Get cash up at 200 today. Except someone's like sending me. Whoa. Okay. So, what's going on in my life right now? My relationship topic stays private. I'll never discuss relationship things. Or I don't think I'll ever discuss relationship things. Just because, some things, boundaries, and not necessarily a boundary, but like I feel like I'm the type of person that doesn't really have that much privacy, and it's not a bad thing. Like, I don't have that much privacy for myself, so I kind of just add that on to like me. How do I word this? How do I make this make sense? Since I'm the type of person that doesn't require a lot of privacy, or never really have that much privacy, and really don't find a problem of having that much privacy. I don't know how to freaking word this. So I just like make that a thing for one of my privacy things. That makes sense. And plus, like, I don't know, talking about relationships is like too much, because it's just like personal business, and it always changes. I think everyone could agree that like maybe talking about relationships may be overrated. At least over social media. I need to find another word for overrated though, because it doesn't feel quite right, but that's the only word I can find right now. Just gonna be a long vlog, just because I'm just gonna be talking, and kinda got a lot to what we're gonna discuss gonna be kinda long. And but it's not gonna be too long, just because I have other plans for today, like going on the walk, etc. So other than that, got a job on campus, the bookstore, which is low-key kind of dream job. Because if it wasn't for me going to school, this was my ABC plan. A, go to college, get a degree, career-wise, be an art therapist. B, become a professional gardener. C, librarian. Being a librarian, low-key, I might retire and become a librarian because, like, I've always thought about being a librarian, like, just learning about books. I've always wanted to work at Barnes and Noble to apply twice. They never said, I don't know why. Maybe they're just picky. Who knows? Who will ever know? But yeah, it's always the A, B, and C plan are dream jobs, and I'm shooting towards my first dream job, just because it's more ideal for me. Not ideal, but it is something that I like. And then I was gonna work at a snow cone stand if I don't get enough hours, because this job is temporary on campus, but I might apply for fall. It just depends on how my schedule's looking like, because I'm trying to get into calc. No, not calc. I already took calc. Wait, statistics. It's statistics for psychology. So definitely need this to work out, but I might be pretty busy if I get accepted. When I get accepted, I've noticed if you talk things into existence, it might happen. If you think about it, that it might happen, it's probably gonna happen. So never think the worst for speaking in future existence. Think positive. At least that's what I try to tell myself. It's like, I know these things, but in the moment, it doesn't really come to me. But in a moment like right now, it comes to me. So like, I think about that kind of stuff, that kind of advice for myself that I know, but sometimes it's not like, which I think not everybody, but I feel like a few people struggle with that. And a friend told me once, you cannot see yourself I don't think it's drowning, but in the high, I'm just gonna say you can't really see yourself when you're feeling your high emotions. You have to wait for it to pass to fully understand what's going on. And that's just like the best advice. That's one of the best advice given line that I've ever heard, and I think about that pretty often now, just because that's so real. It's so real. Because the last couple of weeks, emotions been pretty high. Haven't really been able to figure out what's wrong. Maybe there's nothing wrong, but just been feeling off. But I think now that I think about it, now that I'm past it a little bit, I can kind of see that stress may have been one of the problems, just because finals, even though I didn't really have much to stress over about finals, I think just now that summer's here and just a lot of that going on. Probably low key in a situationship, but we're not gonna talk about that. That's pretty much what's going on with me right now. Summer, what I want my summer commitments to be, since it's finally here. Today was the first day that I can actually enjoy being by myself and just having a plan to do whatever I want to do. Basically, I haven't really been feeling like texting anyone back, not even ghosting. It's just, I mean, I definitely feel when people are like they're not on their phones, because especially with me not having social media, not bragging, it's just since I don't have social media, like literally, I have Pinterest and a YouTube channel. And Netflix is here for me, Disney Plus. I rarely watch TV, but this is the time to do it because I don't really have to focus on anything else. I've been getting into Shameless on season 9. It's really good. And honestly, it's like Shameless has made me so more comfortable with the things that are just there in life, especially since I'm adulting. Like, Shameless is really for a mature audience, but it's definitely a show that I'll just watch by myself just because, you know, just because I feel like it's just that type of show, you know. I could watch it with someone. It's not awkward, it's just I prefer. I think I prefer to, I do know, I just don't know how to make sense. But anyways, I am going to get done. I am going to try to get through the Marvel movies in order. I have to look up what's the order because I really don't know. I've seen Doctor Strange. It was pretty good. No complaints there. I'm more of a psychological thriller gal. And then my favorite movies, Rocky Balboa and Alice in Wonderland. So I'm gonna try to, but I'll watch anything. I'm not picky. I'm really not a picky person. Like, music wise, entertainment wise, type wise. People are always like asking me like, what's my type? I really don't have a type. Believe it or not. People think that's like false or not telling the truth, but I really don't. It's kind of funny to think about because it's like, why do people think, I don't know, maybe it's just, it just looks like I have a type. Which, for a while, I was, you know, Hispanics, Mexicans, Asians. I had an Asian friend though, Pisces. Was a mess. I'm sorry. But I do have a friend that, as an Asian, they were talking, and he looked pretty good. He didn't really seem to come off weird if she liked him. But personally, I'm not the one to judge, just because we've all been bullied at least once or twice. And let's be honest, maybe not for a long time, but maybe for like a period of time, it kind of affected you, you know? So with me, it's like, You can't. You can. But for me, I won't have a type because of that. Like, people getting bullied just because of how they look. And, it's ridiculous. Because it's like, you can't change that about them. And they definitely can't change that about themselves. So, why not, like, love people for who they are and what they look like, you know? Because if you dig in a person's personality, they're gonna start to look better to you every, like, the more and the more, like, you hang out, because it's just their personality that's just, like, making them more of a human being as they are, if that makes sense. That's what I think personally. That's why I don't have a type, because I know that people can grow on me for sure, especially if they have a cool personality. It's not gonna matter to me what they look like, because I'm gonna find the smallest details. Smallest details, I'm telling you. Eyebrows, eyelashes, eye color. It gets me every time. But where was I? I don't even know where I was headed with this conversation. Frick. I just got off topic. But I'm gonna just leave it there, like, what's going on with me, quite honestly, because summer goals. So yeah, I haven't really committed to anything, but there's a lot that I've been thinking about. Like, I've made a list in my notes for sure. Reading a lot more books. And these aren't anything new. It's just like more of, I just want to do more of it because I haven't had the time for most things. Get more plants. Budget. I want to start going to, like, thrift shops. Ooh, which reminds me, I might go to one today. Pottery House on College, if you live in Faye. I never knew about it until yesterday. Oh yeah, buy plants. I want to start buying at least one item from, like, thrift stores, like maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, and from, like, TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, because I don't really have a lot of clothing items, because I mainly just wear the same stuff every day. And every time I go out in public though, like, I'll like something that someone else has if it's unique, and try to throw, like, what I see, like, outfits together based off what I see, because I don't really have, like, an aesthetic. Like, I just wear, like, I have a color setting, like, color scheme of, like, what I wear most of the time, like black, gray, white, green, brown is all I have in my closet. And there's some pink items, so sometimes I feel like I'm a boy, so I'll wear some pink. But for the most part, I just want to wear, like, get some cool items that I can just, like, throw together. So, I don't really have dressed up clothes either, and that's the problem. Like, the reason why I only want to maybe buy, like, one item every 2 weeks is because I'll buy something and end up, like, not wearing it or donating it, end up not really liking it, or giving it away. So I have a bad habit of splurging on clothes at once. I haven't shopped in, like, maybe, I would say 8 months is a stretch, so I'm gonna say 6 months. I haven't really bought any clothes for 6 months. And it's really not, I'm not like a person that likes going to the mall. Like I mainly just like doing like online shopping. And honestly, I think what I actually want to start doing, like with that plan too, in buying items that I see maybe on Pinterest, like just unique items that looks cool. I don't know. And then reading more books, listening to music, finding the time, like the mornings, to do some stretches, some yoga, while listening to was it? You know, like the sounds, like meditation music, like the sounds of like 14 hertz or 32 hertz, stuff like that. Like there's different hertz for different areas of healing. I know for sure, I just don't really know how to explain it. There's a lot I want to do. Oh yeah, hiking. I found some cool spots that I will probably vlog once I actually start getting in the routine of going and hiking, because I found some hiking spots like they're like an hour to 2 away. But I'll probably vlog when I go on those hikes. But I first have to save up because gas. And then I already have my hiking gear. So this summer's gonna be crazy. Like I'm excited because I'm alone, and when I get good alone time, it's self-care all the way. Mentally, physically, I can just focus on my feelings. Paying attention to my feelings, finding the perspectives and views of like what I've been learning from throughout the school year and actually applying that. This is gonna be crazy. So we can finally get into what I think the meaning of life is. I'm obviously spiritual. And I'm really into Buddhism and monk stuff. And I don't know the scientific word, but I'm gonna say basic. I'm not really into the basic science, but there is science out there that makes more sense to me due to like what I believe in. Me and my friend discussed this kind of science before, and it was really interesting. So yeah. I feel like the meaning of life is to find your true purpose. Not in what's the word? Not in the Matrix way. Not finding your purpose in the Matrix way, but finding your purpose with yourself, if that makes sense. Within yourself, if that makes sense. And for me, that's like just reaching a level of peace and understanding, and that can be different for anyone, but I think I know for sure that's my purpose. That's what I believe my purpose is. It's not going to school, becoming successful, making the most money, because I mean that doesn't really interest me. And I know that's not really why I'm here, but here I am in school, about to get a degree and trying to find a career from that. Not trying to, but gaining a career from that. But I know it's not my true purpose. It's a plan, it's backup plan, because outside from this, I want to be able to find that mindfulness like a monk. I want to be able to radiate and raise my, is it vibrations, or like there's like different frequency levels a human body can reach, and I want to reach the highest, not the highest, but I want to be with the highest frequency level. And I know I'm not gonna work for my entire life. It's not something that I want to do. I have a lot of career paths and options out there for me after this. I could be a florist, like I said, librarian, gardener, just involved with the horticulture. I can be a therapist, and I just have so many options out there for me. And I know with that many, with the options that I have, I can settle down and not work for my whole life. Making the money, of course, I have to eat. I mean, yeah, you have to make money to live, but I know that there's a way to survive without the money, because Mother Nature gives you everything that you need. Plants, trees, oxygen, fruits. Mother Nature can give you shelter. You just have to know how to build your home in nature. I'm not really good at explaining this, because it's like I know a lot of pathways with that, but they just don't come up at the moment. So most of it's really not gonna make sense, or it's gonna sound like I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I do. I've always thought about this, like, since middle school, and freshman year was the peak of me being in tune with everything that I know now, and everything that I know that's out there, and knowing what defines like my meaning of life, and what other people don't really know about. Like, it's not about this at all. And I think that's where, because I used to watch a lot of like Soul Illuminati videos, He Speaks. He got me through it, like, so interesting. And he just makes the most sense to me. And that's where I got, not most, but that's where things started to make sense for me. Unfortunately, he doesn't post videos on YouTube anymore, because I think he has, I think he has a platform where you have to pay. I'm not about to pay for it. What I've seen is enough. And not having social media has made me more aware of a lot of things too. I don't really have a lot of materialistic things either, because they'll eventually vanish, and or eventually you'll end up liking something else. Or I know for me, like, I change, like my room, I'll change it around every, like, a lot, and I can never keep it the same. That's why I got a new comforter, a new, like a new bedding set. I've added some things around my room, and pretty much, I mean, what's outside of my room right now, it's like, yeah, it could be something that I want, but everything that I have and wanted is in here. But that also ties into, like, I don't really like having that much stuff. I don't like, because, I don't know, I'd rather, if I can't pack it all in my car, I probably, it's not for me. I don't know. I'm just like living small, because you don't really need a lot of stuff to survive. And I mean, I can buy a lot of clothes, like, I can splurge on clothes, but, like, what's it called? Like, people say when you buy stuff that you want, it releases, like, this happy feeling. And you can, no. You can do that through other ways. Mine's is coffee, because it's temporary. Everything's temporary. So just to reach that feeling that's going to be temporary, I'd rather just buy coffee that'll, no, that will, you get what I'm trying to say. I can't even think of what I'm trying to say right now. And I'm like, every time I tell, like, a story, or, like, I'm trying to talk about something, I'm, like, just all over the place, and it's not gonna make sense, because I'll end up talking about something, and then it'll just shoot towards a different direction, and then I'll go back to what I was actually talking about, if you haven't noticed. But if that makes sense, just if that makes sense, and honestly, the reason why I said that, it might not be that long, because I think I'm on the path of not really explaining myself that much. And I've learned that from a friend too. Gosh, so eye-opening. Because having this kind of friend in my, this friend that I have in my life, having their perspective is strong for me, because sharing so much with each other, especially something that sparks my interest, when they say something, it's like, you're right, and then it's like, it feels so right to you that you want to kind of push towards that too. So I'm pushing towards what they are pushing towards, and that was not explaining so much of something because you either get it or you don't. With my vlogs, you can't, I feel like you have to really know me personally as a person to really fully understand what I try to come from and what like I try to say, because sometimes I never know how to word it or to put it into words or how to come off in the right way, because I'll maybe say something but that wasn't my intentions, and maybe that's not good on my part because I should try to like work better at trying to become better at that. But so that's my insight on it. That's my insight on it, and I have a lot more insight I could probably say about it, but I feel like that kind of gives you an idea of kind of where I'm at in my head at the moment, at least. And no, no. And yeah, I think we're gonna put a cherry on top for that, for today's vlog. And you'll have more vlogs to come. This is the first deep talk of my vlog, and it just gave me a moment to kind of see where my head's at. And it's almost like talking to myself, but kind of pretty excited to share this side of myself with my channel, because the most recent advice I've been given is that people deserve to see the real side of me, and which, I mean, all the sides you've seen on my channel has been real. Just me talking out. I'm not gonna say that part. Oh, this is just great. It just gives me a time to like really talk about something and to share something that's more on a personal side. It's kind of great. So that's it for today's vlog. I feel like I didn't really explain that well, but I think it's something, and that's all people really need. It's something. Have a great summer. See you maybe in a month. No, that's a little bit of a stretch. No, I think a month's pretty ideal, because that gives me enough time to save up for me to even go on a hike. Come here, Alma. Come here. Come say bye. Say bye. Oh. All right. Peace out.